Hey guys, welcome back to another Beauty Becomes Her episode. For those that are new and are returning, I'm your girl Kristen. I am the lady that brings you some confidence tips. I help you elevate to your highest self, and while doing so, I always throw in the good word, and the good word means something from the Bible every now and then, Here on this channel, we are Christian girlies, okay? We believe in God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, and we believe that through everything and anything that comes our way and that we have in our lives, we're here to show gratitude, and we're here to be our absolute best self because that is who He made us to be, okay? So for those that are brand new, and if you're still trying to get a hang of my channel, we do a few things. So on this particular episode, similar to others in the Beauty Becomes Her series, I show you how to build the confidence within yourself first before you pick up a makeup brush or brush teeth or any of those things. I show you how to do that first because all of that stuff, it's all great on the outside. But if you're feeling like, meh, or you're not feeling your best self, let me tell you, there's not an ounce of makeup or hair products or clothes or whatever it is that can mask that, okay? When you put that stuff on, you want to be able to feel your absolute best. And just like the title of this video, command the room with confidence. Before I move forward, I would like to invite you guys to like, comment, subscribe, share this video with someone that needs to hear it. If you are driving on your way to work because you are a boss girl, just crank up the volume a little bit because this is a message you don't want to miss. If you're getting ready in the morning, do the same thing. And if you just so happen to be watching my video as I'm talking, please ignore my messy vanity because I had to hurry up and get ready. And I know you guys have been watching my bear move around my bed. Well, I'll just let you know how good of rest I get. All right, so without further ado, let's get into today's topic, which is all about how to command, not step in. I said command the room with confidence and grace. And I'm going to add another word, elegance, and just yourself, how to command it in the way that makes sense for you to where you feel confident and everybody around you can feel it, okay? One thing about me, minus, my bubbly personality on these videos, is that everywhere I go, everyone, I want to say notices me, and not in that way, not in an arrogant way, but whenever I walk into a room, my energy is always positive most of the time, except when I come home or if my boyfriend has to deal with me on, that time of the month. But most of the time, especially at work, I'm always coming in with a smile, especially since I love where I work now. I either come in, smiling, sometimes a little jiggle, even at the gym when I'm working out, if I'm listening to Beyonce or nobody needs to know this, but High School Musical when I'm working out. Okay, judge your mama, don't judge me. I have a little bounce in my step, and I'm always saying hi to people. I'm always, just bringing an uplifting spirit that I never know someone may need. And the reason I do this, yes, it's part of my personality, but two, is because I want to leave a good impression. What's the saying? Everybody always remembers the first impression someone has of you. They do, whether or not you notice. They remember how you made them feel, sometimes what you say, but more or less the energy that you bring behind you. Have you ever, maybe at work, maybe, just out in public, or family members, friends, whoever, have you ever experienced someone that the moment they put a toe in the room that you are in, the energy in the room goes cold? Or it goes down, or you can feel the joy slip out the door. Yeah, I've experienced those people quite a bit. And it's not saying you can't be around them or you gotta tell them to leave or make them go away. You can teach them and show them how to, raise their elevation. Hint, hint, share this video. Or you can simply, recognize that, accept it. And if you are on this journey like I am, or if you're with me on it, the glow up, the elevation, just remember that's probably not the energy that you want to portray. So with that, I want to give you guys 5 tips for how to command the room, how you can command the room today. So if you're in your car on the way to work, apply these tips, okay? If you're getting ready, apply these tips as you're getting ready. If you are just spending the day with your child and you're going to the park, or if you're just simply going to the grocery store, apply these things and watch what happens. Well, let me start at the very beginning first. What does commanding the room truly mean? Now, when we hear command or the word command, sometimes it falls in alignment with things related in a masculine way. And here, this is not a feminine masculine conversation, but sometimes that word is used in that way. For example, my brother, he is in the Navy. So he does have to report to his commanding officer. The same with my mom. She's in law enforcement, so she has to report to her commander. But in a sense, in the way we're using that context for building our confidence specifically, I want you to take that phrase and instead of inserting dominance or in a way that people have to listen to every single word that you say, but more so awareness of your posture, your presence, and how you are making the other people you are around feel, okay? Once again, you can't control what people think. We've talked about this in other videos, but you can adjust how they feel. All right, so let's go into a few ways that you can do this. Number one, lead with authority, okay? What this means, and not volume. So let me repeat that. Lead with authority and not volume. I actually wrote these on my note card. What this means is you don't want to be the loudest person in the room. Nobody really likes that. So think of it this way. You're sitting at the movies, right? And you got your seat, you got your popcorn. It's the movie you've always wanted to see. So for example, Lilo and Stitch is coming out, okay? The previews have already gone, and now we're simply just waiting for the film to start. As you're getting relaxed in your seat, you see a family walk in, okay? You see the husband, the kids, and the wife. The husband's quiet, trying to carry his popcorn. The kids are being children, but the woman, "Hun, can you grab me a seat? Oh my God, it's so full in here." Oh, you hear it's out of place, right? You wouldn't yell and scream in a theater. You wouldn't project your voice in that way in a dark theater where the movie's already going. It's the same thing for walking into your office or at the park. You don't want to make an obnoxious statement. You simply want to lead with your energy and lead with the way that you carry yourself. So one of the things that I've really worked on, and not just, in the last couple years, I'll say my entire life, is that I've worked on leading with my positivity, leading with my optimism, because that's just who I am at my core. And now more than ever, since I've really honed in over the last 3 years back into my spiritual journey and putting God center forward, I lead with the intention that God has me protected, and that I lead with showing others by not only my actions, but the results of my actions, how God is good in that way. And so that's just me. So my recommendation is, if you're going into the office today, lead with authority means if you are, let's say, an expert in your field, if you are, let's just say, the parent of a child at the park, that is your child, you own it. Those are your skills, you own it. Make sure you walk in that room with your head held high, because that gives the impression to everyone else in the room, to have them feel that you know exactly what it is that you're coming to do, that you know exactly how to raise your child, and no one's going to tell you otherwise. Okay, let's move on to tip number 2. The second tip is know your power and stay rooted. So for those that don't know, quick side note, I have actually created a newsletter on LinkedIn. So if you have a LinkedIn, you can go check it out. Otherwise, it's in the description below. You need to stay rooted in what your value is and do not change that. So what that means is, if you don't understand or really have a good feel for what you value in your life, I highly recommend that you take up maybe a small journaling practice. The reason why is not to make you write until your hands bleed, but it's to really get a clear picture on what it is that you value in your life. Everyone values different things. So for me, I value being a mother. I value being a great worker. I value independence. I value peace. I value honesty, integrity. I value confidence. I value all of those things. And so because of that, I stay rooted in what I affirm to believe is true, and I don't shift my focus or shift the way that I think to match what others perceive to be true. And this is something I'm constantly working on. But specifically over the last 2 years, it's something that I have, let's just say, made it a promise with myself to do, because too often, especially in society, like on social media, we're being told how we should live. We're being told how we should think, how we should act. Even if it's subtle hints, whether it's maybe your house should be a white picket fence and a beautiful yard, and you have to have a 2-parent household, and you have to have a dog. These are things that we're being shown, but in reality, that's the value that someone else has. That's not the value that you personally have for yourself. And so because of that, I highly recommend, if you haven't already, if you don't know where to start with journaling, check out my morning Rise and Glow series. Just pick one or two. I usually go through a few prompts here and there, but find one that speaks to you and answer the questions that I give, because that'll help you determine, maybe over the course of some time, what it is that you value in your life, and it will help you stay rooted in those things. And as it relates to commanding the room, you will never be swayed by someone who isn't clear on what it is that's important to them. You will know exactly what matters to you. All right, number 3, where are we at? 2, 3. We're on number 3. The next way to command any room and command the space that you're in with confidence and grace is to speak with clarity and clear intention. The last thing that you want is for someone to confuse your words. I hate when people do that. So you want to be able to choose the way that you speak. Let the way that you speak reflect who you are at your core. So I know as parents, we're guilty. There are times where we throw profanity out there because our kids aren't listening, or our spouses are doing the polar opposite of what we ask them to do. Or so maybe there's somebody at your job that you just want to do this to. But the way that you speak allows people to have a different sense of respect for you. So here's the thing. My old coworkers used to tease me. They used to say, Kristen, you have about 7 different personalities, when I was on the phone, because I used to work in sales. And I was like, what are you talking about? They're like, you have the personality when you're talking to your family or your son, right? You know, oh, hi, sweetheart, how are you? And then I have my friends where I add a little slang to it, and that's okay. But I still talk, they used to talk about me and say I talk very suburban, and that's okay. But that would be how I would speak to them, adding, different slang terms in that way. And then at work, I talk very professionally, or even like on my videos, I try to talk professionally so people not just take me seriously, but that I am respected in the way that I want to. I don't want to, unless I'm talking, very angry, because there are moments I am like that where, yes, not the nicest words come out my mouth, but it is a way of expressing yourself where people can read your confidence and can feed off of that energy. Okay, the last tip I have for you is to own the space that you're in. What that means is, although there are things that you desire for yourself, whether that be goals or things that you're striving to reach and achieve, you want to still be confident and rooted in where you are right now. Don't think so far into the future that you're forgetting to be present, whether it's talking to someone and giving them the eye contact that they deserve, or simply spending time with your child when you walk in the room and letting them know, like, hey, mommy or dad, whoever's listening to this, is going to give me their full attention, because one, their phone is not in their hand. They're not looking down. They're coming to embrace me with a hug, or simply sit down and watch a favorite show with me. It's the way that you the energy that you're giving. If you're giving energy that oh, well, I'm taking up space because this space belongs to someone else, that energy is contagious. It's like a virus. You're going to spread that to other people, and slowly but surely, the room that you're in, it's going to feel a little suffocating because everyone's going to feel like they don't belong somewhere. And that's the last thing you want the people around you to feel, because you feel that way. So I say all this to say, as you're going into work or spending the day, however you choose, I want you to take some of these tips with you. Maintain eye contact with people that you're speaking to when you walk into a room. Hold your head up. Don't walk with your arms slumped like this. Make sure that you're putting on clothing, and you're taking care of yourself in a way that speaks to how you feel about yourself. So don't leave your house with a bonnet on your head. Yes, I'm talking to you. Put yourself together, even if it's a puffball on top of your head. I do those too. Dress in a way where you want people to respect you. And that's not saying, oh, Kristen, you're telling me I have to cover up. No. If you feel confident enough to wear, the cutoffs and things like that, do that, girl. That's your vibe. But at the same time, do it with confidence and grace, okay? Because at the end of the day, people respect you more and can feel the confidence radiating off of you when you carry yourself like you are your highest version of yourself. That's just it. So with that, again, I invite you guys to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Share this message with someone who needs to hear it. And just to let you guys know, if you want access to my upcoming Rise and Glow journal, or my Unwind with Intention journal that has a ton of prompts that you can practice your journaling with and really get rooted in your value, okay? Be sure to drop your email in the link that I provided below, and you'll receive notification when it goes live. Thank you so much for listening.